Hi everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Velvet Lounge Life. So please do me yes, it's sneaking. Watch this. Do. It snuck up on us again. That yummy business card. If you are one of my super special subscribers, you have one or more of these. And these are going to come in very handy this holiday season. I am doing something special. If I ever sent you one of these, then just watch your mail. There may be something going on. And it's simply to say thank you, because why? Those are people that sent me gifts over the year, and those are people that respond a lot to my videos. Like, they leave comments all the time, and you deserve something special. And obviously, I have an audience size where I can do those types of things, thankfully. And even when we become worldwide, we're going to do even more of those things. Why? Because, hey, we'll start getting monetized from YouTube. Maybe. So, of course, this is a video about me. Why? Because people have asked questions over the year or so that I've been doing this. I don't know if it's quite been a year, maybe it's been more than a year, where I've been seriously doing it as far as putting out content on a regular basis. Previously, I was like everyone else, put the occasional video out there. I'm not counting that time because it was just put the occasional thing out there. But when one is in retirement, you can actually do more because you have more time. And of course, you want to do, if you're like me, you're creative maybe, and you want to do more of what you like. And I actually like making the videos. The only thing that's a hassle is how I have to make the videos until I have 1,000 subscribers. After I have 1,000 subscribers, then YouTube opens up a lot of their tools for me to use, which will make creating a video much quicker, much easier. Plus, it gives me other options with the videos to make them more fun and more interactive for you guys, and they will even look a bit better. So that's my number one reason for getting to 1,000 subscribers. I would really like to have a little bit more than that, just in case we have those unsubscribees out there. But if you can share these videos, I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly. If you are in a button group, for example, share the videos. If you are, conversating with people about, and I don't even know if that's a word, but if you're having conversations with people about acting or reselling or becoming an entrepreneur or how to make money from home, I have nothing that is a scam or a scandal. I make money from our business that we have, where we deal in antiques, uniques, collectibles, and oddities, and sometimes everyday items if they're interesting enough. But I have videos about that, and they're all under the reselling tab. So, or playlist. Hello, playlist. So look at our playlist. There's a lot of different things there. If you want to see us traveling, goofing about, this is more of a lifestyle, unedited channel. So unlike others, we're not going to polish things up and make it look as if like life is a fantasy world every single day. And we are not going to, do things in a one-sided way. What you see is what you get, and you can't be more real than this. I'm sorry that we're not going to go plunge off of a 5,000-story building with a parachute on our back or make some crazy videos where we have eaten, let's just say, cinnamon and sriracha mixed with ghost peppers and the hottest chilies in the world, just so you could see them come out of our noses and ears. Like, that's not us. That's not what we do, because there's enough of goofing off and stuff like that. We goof, though. We are kind of like fun, goofy people. But, and we might be slightly nerdy as well. Hello, Fascinator. So let's get on with this. So one of the questions, and I'll try to go as rapidly as I can, and a lot of this is coming from the old noggin noodle up there, so if I don't get to your question, I am sure I'll get to it in a future video to be perfectly, as I said, open and honest as we are here. As long we're also fun-loving, we're focused, we set standards, and we're committed, but one of the things you need to know is, first of all, if I don't get to every question, don't worry, as I said, there will be another video in the future. Also, this video is coming earlier than I anticipated. I wanted to wait until we had over 1,000 subscribers to create this video. Because there's an option, once again, we're missing a bunch of free options in YouTube, because in YouTube you have to get to a certain goal level, which is a certain number of subscribers or views or whatever they go by, in order for them to say, now you can use that tool. And one of those tools would have made this a lot easier. But we aren't there yet, but I don't want to wait any longer. So here you go. So one of the questions I had is, am I really retired? Do I actually still work for a corporation or another company, I guess, outside of ourselves? And the answer is, I am retired. Technically. The reason I say technically is because we do have our own business where we deal in antiques, uniques, collectible items, oddities, some everyday items, of course, as well. I run our family business. Now, under that business umbrella, I am an auctioneer. I have conducted many, many, many auctions, and I do them for people privately. So, and then there's also something that we call private sales that we do, which is, let's say we end up with a Monet or a really fancy piece of Lalique that is beyond an everyday market, as we call it. Then I will actually call and deal with the best buyers for those pieces. Or we do have a black book, a client list, where someone is looking for something in particular, and it has to be of a certain dollar amount or more to make it obviously worth both parties' while. And what I will do is, if we find that item, contact those people that are listed in our black book and make a deal, do a deal, if it's possible. Sometimes you can't get both people to come to the table on a number, and then you just move on to the very next person in the black book. So we have several ways that we do our business. We also have conducted estate sales for people. We actually owned 2 shops, which were brick and mortar. So thank the gods, we were able to very profitably get out of those brick and mortars. And we did that right before 2016, when we could see where things were going. And thank goodness we did that, because unlike others, unfortunately, in our industry who totally did not get away unscathed, we did. But that's how I was able to retire early. You have to know when to do the right things at the right time, even if others tell you why, no, whatever. You have to know what is right for you and what is right for your business. So am I retired? Technically, yes. Someone asked, how many hours a week do I think it takes to have a successful resale business, or a business similar to mine? I have gotten it down pretty much to about maybe 20 hours a week. Sometimes it's a little less. Sometimes it's definitely a little bit more. And it also depends upon the season. And it depends upon what you put under that umbrella. And what I mean by that is, if you are out on the road, is that part of your time? And it's for everyone that these answers are going to be different. Are you only including the time that you're actually listing, selling, making phone calls, doing visits, doing recovery missions, etc.? It depends on what you roll into that time frame. I will tell you, Uncle Sam doesn't give a crap about how much time it took you to do anything. Uncle Sam, and we do pay taxes federally and in our state taxes on our business. But Uncle Sam, your state local tax dude or gal, could care less about how much time it took you to do this or do that for your business. It's all about the return on investment, and did you make a profit or did you not make a profit? What are your expenses, etc., etc., etc. And if you want me to do a more detailed video on running a business, especially a resale business, please leave a comment below or say something like, yes, create a resale video. Give us all the details. Tell us the rest of the secrets. Also, we do have playlists that are about all of the subjects I am going to mention in this video. So check out our YouTube playlist. So the other question I have had more than once, and you know, sometimes they're by nefarious folks, and sometimes they're by folks who just want to know. They wanted to know, am I married or do I have a long-term partner? I am married to my husband, and happy anniversary, baby, but it's our 29th year anniversary. So almost at 30. Next year is 30. And hi. But yes, I am, and it's 29 years. Another question I had was, what do I like to do for fun besides what people have seen in the YouTube videos? And yes, I am paraphrasing a lot of these questions because sometimes it's a question and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, so whatever. But what do I like to do? I love traveling. I don't know why, but I love reviewing things. So I have had my husband, poor thing, try out like so many different places that we've stayed that we normally would not stay, places we've traveled to that we normally would not have traveled to, restaurants that we've gone to, or other amusements that we've done, or even a movie that he would never normally watch, nor I. And we have actually, so we like doing a lot of different things, and I do write a lot of reviews. I have a lot of reviews on Google, on Yelp, and TripAdvisor. Those are and I do them on Facebook sometimes, but those are the top 3 places where you can find reviews. And a lot of them I started putting last year, I think it was, under the Velvet Lounge Life. So if you go out to those and look up the Velvet Lounge Life, you'll see all of the things that I've reviewed. Well, most of the things I reviewed. Some of them are under my natural name. And what else do I like to do that you haven't seen in a video? I love driving. I literally like driving. Like, get in the car and drive. Okay, I do prefer a pretty clear highway, one with a nice straightaway. I guess I won't say any more about that, but, you know, there's limits and there's over the limit, but safety first, safety first, safety first. What else do I like to do? I like meeting up with friends or even just meeting new people. And having conversations about everything, anything. It's one of the things one of my cousins and I used to do when I was coming up in the world, is we'd get together and we'd go, and she would usually be the one picking me up because my family was whatever. And we'd actually go and watch live bands. That's something else I love to do. And we just afterwards just have coffee or a beverage somewhere, which was, of course, usually non-alcoholic. And not to say oh, that's the other thing. Someone asked, do you drink ever? Yeah, I like the occasional champagne or I was gonna say a bottle of wine or a glass. Usually it's about a half a glass of wine. But am I like some regular wine type person or cocktail person? Absolutely not. I That's just the way I am. It is what, and I'll even tell you why. This is actually a very personal thing I wasn't going to get into, but I had a cousin who was old enough to be my uncle. And when he was about 30 some odd years old, he was in a car accident due to drinking and driving. And the way my father describes it is they had to literally pick body parts up off of the highway. That almost got me a little verklempt saying that, but yeah, and I remember, and I was very young when that happened, and I think even at that moment, subconsciously, maybe unsubconsciously, I made some sort of decision in my mind that, like, I don't understand alcohol, and it's never going to be a major part of my life. I have nothing against people that drink. It's just not something I do on a regular basis. In a year, I might have just maybe 2 or 3 glasses of anything. And that's pretty much it. And I'm cool. And that's just the way it is. I prefer tea myself. I should have a cup of it here. But anyway, on that note, one of the other questions I had is what kind of music do I like? I seem like I'm a pretty funky chick. And I thought that was, and this is a question that, and some of these questions, they're from YouTube, they're from emails. I receive a lot of email. I wish that you guys would put some of your comments and things on YouTube, because YouTube actually likes it when you comment. It actually helps my videos get into the Google search engine, so that hopefully I'll finally get to that 1,000 subscribers I desperately need, so I can have more tools to easily create these videos. But anyway, they asked about my musical taste, and I like all sorts of music. I was listening to classical music earlier today that was simply instrumental. I like punk. Actually, you can see my CBGB boots right here, if I can get one for you. And that stands for country, bluegrass, and the blues. But what this club actually ended up doing in New York is becoming a hangout for the punk artists. Yes, these are one of my pairs of Doc Martens. I have several. Yeah, so that's another question. That's not a question. That's just something I'm going to throw out there. Doc Martens are my preferred boutique. This is not a sponsored video. Hello. I don't even, like, dude, come on, whatever. But, so, clubs like CBGB, they're before my time. But, dude, I would have been there without the drugs and without the alcohol, loving, jamming, headbanging to some of that punk music. Unfortunately, Coyote Ugly recently closed in New York. But that, you know, do they have a lot of music there that I like? Some. I like some of everything. There's some country music I like. I remember as a kid, I didn't really understand the importance of Charlie Pride. Look him up, Charlie Pride, country singer, and you'll see why he was so instrumental, important in my life. And even Ray Charles sang some country music. So I like country, some country, not all of it, like that twangy stuff. I don't like that. You know, it depends on what it is and what I like. I like punk, and I honestly like almost all punk music. I do like, the only rappers that I like are Eminem and, may he rest in power, Biggie Smalls. As far as everyone else, there's really no other, forgive me, people who are into that genre, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like country music. I might like maybe, honestly, probably more country artists, but I'll say 8 to 12 country artists or bands, but I don't like all of them. I like soul music, so R&B. I almost like everything in that genre. There are some things, some groups in that genre I don't like, but I would say 90% of it, yeah, I'm there. I like some gospel music. I really, once again, this is just my personal taste. The modern gospel stuff is really not for me, but I truly love the old-timey gospel stuff that I grew up on, listening to my grandmother's records. I also like the blues, so blues music, and I mostly like the stuff that is from 1970 or even maybe early 1980s all the way back to the beginning. Anything before that, not really my vibe. Nothing against anyone out there doing anything that's just not my vibe. I can't like everything. Hello. As far as classical music, I truly like the classics. Truly like the classics. So Mozart, Bach, it doesn't matter. As long as it was something that was made in the 1800s or older, I'm there. And I know that I'm missing some. Funk. I love funk music. So you have Parliament, Funkadelic. Of course, Prince did some funky stuff. Anything that Prince did, including, what was it called? The Something People. Oh, if you guys remember the name of that record that he did that was really different and very experimental that a lot of people kind of didn't like, but I actually did like it, put that name down below if you can find it. But I know it's the blank people, and I can't remember what the first word is off the top of my head right now. So yeah, I like all sorts of music, rock and roll. I love myself some rock. Black Sabbath, yes. Ozzy Osbourne, absolutely yes. But I also like some of the classic rock, so like classic Aerosmith. And believe me, I could talk about music for hours. The list goes on and on. It's what I grew up on, and I love it, and I appreciate the fact that diversity in music was part of my life and still is today, and that my husband and I both have passed that on to our child. Another question I had was, what's my style? Someone had asked me, and I said, well, I don't do style video. Like, I'm not a stylist. There's so many videos where people are throwing on the makeup and doing their hair and picking out outfits or showing you like something, like I'll show you these funky pants that I have. They're showing you like, look, whatever, these are actually pants. And yeah, I don't do videos where I'm trying stuff on. I don't do videos where, if I have clothing that I purchased, I'm showing you, ooh, watch me put on these pants or whatever. That's not me. I don't think that will ever be me, just because it's just not. But my style is very eclectic. It's very mixed. I love things Victorian. I like things that, like today I was wearing almost a Victorian style skirt. But I was also wearing some studded boots, well, some motorcycle boots actually. I was literally wearing motorcycle boots. And motorcycle boots, even complete with a safety pin on the side. Fascinator. And, oh, this is Marilyn Monroe on my scarf. Right there. But yeah, I just like a little bit of everything. I do like leather. I do like some studs. Some chains are not the worst thing in the world. So I just like a little bit of everything. And I do sort of like mixing the hard and the soft together. So I really don't have a style. I haven't put myself into a style box. And I am happy about that. A couple times, not a couple, I'll say a few times in my life, especially working in the corporate world, you end up in a style box. But as soon as I retired, the cardboard was out of here. And here comes more leather, more chains, more fascinators or funky hats. I think you can see one of my funky hats on the head form right there. That's actually from the 1930s, 1940s. And I do love vintage style as well, but once again, it's something I would mix with a modern day style. The other question I had was, you know, because I asked someone, what do you think I can do differently to finally get this 1,000 subscribers so I can, for the love of God, get those tools open on YouTube? And they asked me, well, what do you think you can do? And I honestly don't know, because I'm not going to change who I am. So if it's like, well, you need to be more chipper, or you need to be less chipper, or you need to wear more makeup, or you need to be the person in front of the camera all the time instead of the subject that I'm covering, that, I hate to say, probably won't happen, simply because then I would be inauthentic. And there's enough inauthentic stuff out there in the world, all over the place. I don't need to be one of those people or things tossed on that pile. So I am looking at that, though. I really am, to see. That's why I'm coming to you, honestly, from my dressing room, so that you can get a little bit of me and my personality. And I know I don't sit in front of the camera often. That's why I'm here. But let's go on to some more questions. We'll cover that more in a future video. I have had questions about my worldwide tribute garland charm stirring project. That's a lot to say 10 times fast. 2020. And that is still ongoing. And I have an update video coming on that. But I will tell you guys something. Spoiler alert. One, there's a very kind lady that has promised to send me a bunch of buttons. Actually, I have 2 more people that promised to send buttons. Thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could use everything you can send. The other spoiler alert is the project is now over 20 feet long, you guys. It is huge. It is so long. And I will be doing a video so I can like show you what it looks like, and also just give you a brief, update and summary on where I am, and, any issues or anything that's gone great. I also want to give special shout outs to those that have, every single one of you that has donated to the project. So that will be coming up in a future video. I had questions, a lot of reselling questions, a lot of entrepreneurial questions. And some people want to know, how did I retire at such an early age? I have people who have asked me, how old am I? I've had people who have guessed my age, and most people guess that I'm in my 30s, which I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I did that thank you for my daughter, because she really is embarrassed when I do that. But also, I've had questions. I think, did I answer, am I married? Yes, I did answer that. 29 years. Do the math, folks. But we're going to be doing more lifestyle type videos after my husband retires. And those will not be, look at us wash dishes, look at us kick a ball in our backyard. They're going to be things like of our adventures as we traverse the world, work on some of the projects that we work on. In regards to eBay, I actually produced a video the other day that should be live, I think, right now, giving an update as far as eBay goes and selling on Facebook Marketplace. I am a auctioneer, so I do actual auctions for people. We had our own auction house for a couple of years, and what happened is people loved our auctions, which is awesome, but then they found that it was easier on their time to do left bidding. And I actually have, look at our playlist. There's videos on everything I'm talking about, just about. And because they would leave a bid, they wouldn't have to sit in the auction room. So we had left bidders, phone bidders, And then we had people who were just, who were just like, yeah, we really don't want to come and sit in an auction house for hours during an auction. So we actually put 90% of our business online. Thank the gods. The amount for expenses went down extra. I mean, it was just amazing how quickly, and the huge difference in expenses when you don't have a brick and mortar and everything that goes behind that. So, and someone asked how many hours a week do I think I spend working on our business. I have this streamline, and people who know me, I believe in doing things the right way the first time with quality and timeliness. And therefore, within about 20 hours a week, I can do the same amount of work that other people would spend 60, 65 hours a week doing. And that's just the way it is. It's a gift. And I am grateful to have it. And like I said, look at our playlist. A lot of this information is there by subject matter. And I don't hold anything back. You don't have to buy any books. You don't have to pay for any classes. I give you all the information for nothing. So I'm going to sort of end this now since it's going on maybe about half an hour. Remember to subscribe to our channel. There will be another Q&A session coming up soon. And it might come from my dressing room, but a different area of the dressing room. I'll think about it. Guys and gals. But thank you so much for tuning in to the Velvet Lounge Life. Remember that your health is your wealth, and without your health, you have absolutely nothing. So please take care of yourself. Subscribe to our channel, leave comments, and be well.